Hello there, beautiful. How are you? I have gone on yet another one of my creative tangents, and as one does, this one comes from late night scrolling on Pinterest, where I saw these really cute bare glass or resin stones, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have those here at home. I'm sure you've seen those glass beads, or what do you call them? I guess those stones at like the Dollar Tree or the dollar store, wherever. I have some here from an old project, and I was like, okay, I can make that, especially since I've been a little obsessed with jewelry lately. So I've taken a few of these, and I've already drawn on them and done a couple of testers because I was too excited and I couldn't wait to do this. I couldn't wait until I was ready to begin working on this project. Here we have my first attempt. It's cute. So I was using paint pens. My pen kind of exploded, so the bear and the white ended up not coming through very well, and I tried to put the face on the front. Thankfully, this is easily removable, but I did want to show you my little mistake to show that, it's a trial and error process. Another reason why I wanted to do this is because I've really wanted for a while to make my own dragon's eye pendants, and I've seen different ways of doing it. I've seen people try all sorts of different kinds of techniques, and I did do one. I'm not quite happy with it. It did turn out really pretty for a tester, but I do want to try out a few more styles and techniques here with you. And, that's the fun of art, just like trying and exploring and being playful and doing something new. I think we're going to try and get through 4, maybe even 5 different techniques. I know one of them is going to be like marbling. One of them is going to be taking the watercolor paper that I've already done and putting it on the back, highlighting the images, and the others do involve painting directly on the stone. First, we need to clean these from my original failed project. So let's do that and gather our supplies, and I'll meet you back here. What are you doing under there? Well, let's get you out from under there. You don't need to be here in the bathroom cabinet. Also, the nail polish is coming with us. So now we're going to, wait a minute, there you are. So now we are going to choose our color of nail polish now that our stones are all clean. I have all this nail polish that I've had for a while. I use it, my family uses it sometimes, but a lot of this has been with us for years. I mean, since I was a kid, and that's going on 20 plus years now. I do keep a little bit of nail polish on my desk here with me. Typically, I like to keep these. They make for great sealers to have for when I'm making keychains, or if I just want to add something sparkly and see-through to watercolor. I know I've tried it. It's worked out okay. Maybe I'll try it again. So I'm a little bit messy with these, so I honestly don't remember what I have in here. Nice to see that I have a bunch of sailors. Ooh, look at that green. Okay, I think we might need this for a dragon's eye. Of course, we have to have some lovely hot pink. This might be going bad. I'll see if adding a little bit of acetone and mixing it in might help use it. Otherwise, I might just have to toss this and get a new hot pink or pink color because, you know, pink is one of my favorites. You know what? We might as well add a blue to this and just make it Powerpuff Girls. I've been feeling them lately. I should go back and watch some fun episodes. Lots of glitter. Now that we have my colors chosen, let's try this out, shall we? So first we're going to start with the blue. Oop. Come in with a little bit of that green. Ooh. Can't forget some sparkles in there. If it'll allow me. I don't know. Here we go. There's a little bit of a stick. Maybe it'll let me dump it out. So how about we add a purple? Have a stick and move it around a little bit. Hold that going in at an angle is for the best. Oh, wow. So messy. I probably should have brought more paper towels. This time we're gonna try all the greens together. Greens are not my color, but they are a friend of mine's color, so I think they deserve something fun and nice. Is already in here. I kind of want more flecks of purple because I really like the purple at the end here, so but so messy. So while we let that dry, I'm gonna go wash my hands and we're going to get on to the next one, which apparently we're doing all of the really messy ones first, and that is the ink. Using the alcohol ink and playing with that. Don't fall over now. So I have two different types of acrylic markers. You can use any kind of acrylic marker for this next technique. I am going to be using my Copic marker because, you know, one, I have them, and two, I need to use them. They once were my favorite medium to go to and use, and now they're not. I prefer watercolor, or honestly, acrylic marker too. Both of those have been super fun. My biggest challenge with these is they too tend to be bleedy, but that is the perfect reason as to why we are going to be using them today. You also need a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. I'm using 70%, but I might switch over to the 91%, just to have a little bit more extra alcohol concentration. So let's get to drawing. I'm going to be using these, I think, these little ones that I found. I think just the effect on it will look very interesting. Plus, these are just a little too small to be drawing on. Maybe a dragon's eye would work on it okay, but I don't think it will work well for some of the other things that we'll be trying here today. Let's just enjoy some clickety-clack ASMR. So that didn't turn out quite as I hoped. As you can see here, it doesn't quite marble or do much of anything. It just looks like a color sitting on top of the glass. I think this requires me to do a little bit more research, and that'll be for another time because I want to get onto some of the techniques and things that I do know that work that I just need a little bit of practice on. So let's see. Next, we are going to go on to a doodle and then putting it behind this. I recently learned that these little pendants are called cabochons. Cabochons. Anywho, these glass pendants are going to be fun to make for this next part. So I sealed the watercolor with a multi-purpose sealer and then glued it on with some Mod Podge. Fingers crossed that it turns out okay. Right now it is very milky, as you can see, and there are a couple of air pockets that I keep trying to push out as they're drying. I did take a piece of washi paper and put it on in the back and glue it down, and used a little bit of sparkle nail polish with it to see if I like that, because I have a lot of washi paper that I would like to use and it needs to go somewhere. I did also take a moment to revisit the alcohol attempt, and I played around with it. I even set the alcohol on fire. Kids don't do that at home. And it turned out a little bit better. And then I put a seal of glitter nail polish on the back of it. And you can kind of sort of see what it's looking like. That looks a lot better than what it was. Definitely something I'm going to have to play with. I wasn't too far off using the alcohol markers with using the Copic. But I do think as I play with it outside of this video, I will test out using Sharpie and maybe another alcohol marker brand if I feel so inclined to pick that up, which I don't use alcohol markers that often, so I probably won't pick that up. We are going to be trying the acrylic on the back of it. This kind of reminds me of like a acrylic charm. Where I think I went wrong on this one, I think I need to draw out the design on a piece of paper first, and then layer it up like I would with acrylic charms. Let's see how that works and see if I like it. Now that I'm all hydrated and have had something to eat and had my movie / beating break, which I'm watching Dead Boys Detective, and I really like it. It's like watching a comic book. It's definitely a comic book that I would have read, and if it is a comic book, I will have to check that out very soon because it's been fun to watch. Definitely gives me that spooky vibes that I have thoroughly been enjoying this season. Now it's time to get on to the last of the techniques that we'll be trying to do with these cabochons. I have been informed that it is called cabochons, not camoshams. Me and this word, we got fighting. We are fighting. Having let these set for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, they're starting to look really good. This didn't turn out as cloudy as I thought it was going to, or how it was initially looking, so that made me happy. I still want to run some test trials because I think I could clean this up a little bit more. Definitely say that the octopus turned out the most clear out of the two of these. Washi paper flowers just looks amazing. Just look at that. For this next technique that we are going to be working with, this is going to be with acrylic marker. As I was saying earlier, my wonderful dear friend and animation partner has gifted me these. She gifted me these way back in May, and I am just now getting around to them. I'm mostly been waiting to make a proper video for them so you can get the satisfaction of opening them, and I had hoped to do a review video, but we're here. I like doing reviews, but I don't want to have to force it, so let's get to this. So I did end up having to draw it smaller than the circle that I have here, so about 1/4 of an inch inward from the outer circle to get it to show up right. So now that I have that, let's go ahead and get to painting. Here you go. Here is my second test. It definitely did turn out a little bit better than the first test. Trying to go for a bear, and then my ink spilled out of my pen because I must have charged it just a little bit too much. So then I tried to go for a panda bear, and now it just looks like a ghost that just got back from the House of Mouse, Disney. wearing those Mickey ears. Both have their charm, and that this will need a little bit more testing out to work with. But for now, I actually want to move on to making a dragon's eye because I would like to have more colors of dragon's eyes and just kind of play with that a little bit more than what I have here. So let's get to that. Still need to dry, but here is the rest of them. I'm rather pleased with how they mostly turned out. The octopus is my favorite. Mudang, this adorable cutie, could use some work. I do think it turned out really good. Surprisingly, this one is coming to be my favorite. I think I will work on this technique a little bit more. I am so sad that the technique that really inspired me to move forward to do this didn't turn out so great. So I don't know what to do about that right now, and that's okay. I think if I were to do this, I would rather just do it like how I did for the octopus and Mudang. And of course, this one is pretty common. I've seen a lot of different videos using just a little paper backing of a patterned paper or a cutout from a magazine, and it turned out pretty good. And then, of course, I love the dragon's eye. You didn't get to see the other ones up close, so here you go. Here's this one. I like the shape and the color on that one. I think as far as like the layering goes, I think this one turned out the best with the pinks and the reds. And then this one is just very fun, very Sauron's eye. Definitely something that I will do again. I just love drawing eyes. And then here is the dragon's eye, the first one that I did up close. This one turned out okay. I just wish the blue was a little bit lighter. That's all. So very, very fun. Thank you for following me along on this creative side quest. I had a lot of fun. I have been really inspired by a YouTuber called Kathleen Illustrates, and she does a lot of thrifting and just a lot of various home decor and fashion stuff. And she's just overall playful with a lot of her videos, and I wanted to incorporate a little bit of that into my videos. I want to continue to be more playful and more exploratory with the different things that I have done. So, speaking of YouTubers and things that inspire me, how about you? What are some of the cozy people, some of the comfort people that you are watching and coming back to? As it's getting into fall, I have been, of course, enjoying cozy stuff. Honestly, I've been enjoying cozy stuff all year round because the world is hard right now, and having lots of comfort, cozy things to watch has been really good. So let me know in the comments below. I really liked how these turned out. I will probably make a couple more and put them up on my Depop. I've been making jewelry, and I have been buying those lots, or like those vases of thrifted jewelry from the thrift store, and I have chosen the pieces that I want, and I put the rest up for sale on Depop for you to have, because I would rather have them be resold to somebody who will enjoy it and add it to their collection, rather than just letting it go back to a thrift store once again. Now that I'm feeling better and that life is not in the way, I hopefully will be able to get onto the animation projects that I've been working on. I've mostly just been following my creative tangents in between work right now, and finding more work can just be a little bit stressful. And, life is just happening. Anywho, thank you so much for following along. Subscribe if you want more of this kind of comfy, cozy content, or just this creative exploration, which is a lot of what I'm doing. Maybe even some thrifting, maybe even some more body doubling, journaling content. I got a lot of plans, so stay tuned for them. I'll catch you later. Bye.